March 20th, 1998. Stanley Meyer took a sip of cranberry juice, and 5 minutes later, he was dead. Witnesses watched him stumble into a parking lot, collapse to his knees, and scream his final words. "They poisoned me." Meyer wasn't crazy. He was an inventor who held dozens of patents. His masterpiece? A water fuel cell. He claimed he could run a car from LA to New York on just 22 gallons of water. No gas, no emissions. Just steam. The oil giants offered him billions. The Pentagon was watching, but Stanley refused to sell. He wanted the tech to be free. Then came the lawsuits, the smears, and finally, the silence. After his funeral, his lab was stripped bare. The buggy? Gone. The blueprints? Erased. If it was all a scam, why did they make sure it disappeared?
1983, Canada. Troy Hurtubise builds a copper box the size of a toaster. He calls it the Angel Light. It hums, it vibrates, and then it starts spinning a heavy flywheel without any power source. Troy claimed he tapped into vacuum energy, the raw power of empty space. People thought he was a dreamer, until the men in suits showed up. They didn't offer money. They asked questions about his schematics. 1 week later, Troy's workshop was erased. Firefighters called it an electrical fire. The problem? The building wasn't even connected to the power grid. It had no wires. Troy survived the fire, but he never spoke about the engine again. In 2018, he died in a mysterious car accident on an empty highway. Another file closed. Another future burned.
2009, Geneva. A small medical lab builds a device the size of a shoebox. They call it the Neuroscope. No X-rays, no blood samples. It scans the body's electromagnetic frequency to find diseases before they even start. It could flag cancer or Alzheimer's months before a doctor could see it on an MRI. It was a miracle. But at a private demo, a pharmaceutical executive asked one question. If this works, why would anyone need our screenings or our drugs? 2 weeks later, the miracle was killed. The lab's licenses were revoked. Their servers were seized. The lead engineer was suddenly deported. The rights to the tech were bought by a shell company and buried in a vault. The Neuroscope didn't fail. It worked too well. And in this industry, a cured patient is a lost customer.
3 inventions, 1 patent. They didn't just take the tech, they took your future. How many more files are rotting in the vaults of people who control us? Look around. Maybe the next revolution has already been silenced. Subscribe before this channel is deleted too. And tell me in the comments, which of these 3 was too dangerous to exist? Or are you afraid to answer?